recording. Yes, okay, perfect. So Samantha, thank you very much for accepting this interview about your vegan B&B. Tell us a bit more about you and how you started.
Okay, well, thank you first of all for having me. Well, to talk about myself, I'm British. I've lived in Holland for over 30 years. I'm married to a lovely man called Zoran, who is from Yugoslavian origin. I used to be a baker for about 10 years. I used to have my own bakery, which ended up being completely gluten-free and vegan, and also on request suitable for diabetics or whatever you would like. We bought a terrain in France about 12 years ago, and we emigrated from the Netherlands to France.
Okay.
Moved into a caravan, and we built our entire house ourselves together. So
Quite an accomplishment. How long did it take to rebuild everything and to prepare it for being a vegan B&B?
Well, we started the builds in April 2011. We opened the bed and breakfast last year, and we're still working on tiny little details. So yeah, it's taken a lot of years and blood, sweat and tears, but the marriage is still good, so we survived that.
That's the most important, that's the toughest, right?
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're a good team together, and yeah, we built the house with a bed and breakfast in mind. So we have 4 very spacious rooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Next to the house, we have a little guest house where we moved into in the first place as soon as we started building, and now we converted that into a guest house.
Ah, okay, so an additional guest house, like separated.
Yes. Because we have big dogs ourselves and 3 cats, and sometimes people would like to come with their dog. And just to avoid problems, people can spend their holiday in the guest house with their dog, and the garden there is completely private and completely fenced in, so they don't have to be afraid of the dogs.
Okay, so that's perfect. That's great. Yes. And what made you do it for vegan, only for vegan people?
Well, we are vegans ourselves.
Okay.
And I refuse to buy milk and cheese and meat and of course the animal abuse, but also the smell of meat, and or at least the smell of a cadaver is terrible. And we decided not to participate in that. We do host non-vegans, but we only serve them vegan food.
Okay. Is it a self-catering? Can they cook themselves?
Not in the B&B.
No.
They can in the guest house, but not in the B&B. And we do what they call table d'hôte. So they can choose to join us for dinner.
Okay.
And I make 3-course meals with homemade vegan ice cream. And we try to get as much produce from our own garden as possible. We try to buy organic. Yeah. And everything's homemade. Everything's made with love. And yeah. Because especially because we have a lot of non-vegans, to me, it's important to show them that vegan food is more than just salad. Yeah.
I can only clap to this.
Yeah. And I like cooking, and with my past as a baker and caterer, it's a challenge. So,
and what is the response from people who are non-vegan to your food when they stay at your place?
Well, I've got a nice anecdote. We had a booking last year made by a woman for 2 people. They arrived, and her husband had this huge tummy, absolutely massive, And they arrived and they checked in and they went for a walk and they came back and the man said, "Oh, lovely lovely chops in the pastures." So I of course had to remain calm and be nice. And I said, "Yeah, they're beautiful cows. They're Charolais and they've got a lovely character." And okay, so I was already having my doubt. What's going on here? So I made him dinner, and I remember I made a lasagna with tofu and spinach. And while we were having dinner, his wife said, "You're eating spinach. You don't like spinach." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I don't like what you cook, but this is lovely." So we finished the meal, and he said, "Wow," he said, "that was delicious." And his wife turned at him and really smug, she said, "Yeah," she said, "but that wasn't meat you were eating." And the man nearly exploded. He said, "I'm a retired butcher and I know what a good piece of meat is, and this is a delicious piece of meat." And his wife said, "No," she said, "this is a vegan household." And the man looked at me. I really thought his eyes were going to pop out of his head. He looked at me, he said, "This is meat, surely." I said, "No, it isn't." He said, "What is it?" I said, "It's tofu." And he thought about it for a couple of seconds. He said, "Well," he said, "I still had a delicious meal." So that is a really nice thing to do. And it shows non-vegans that vegan food, I mean, it's not that we don't like the texture or the taste of what they think is meat, because meat is just a cadaver. It's non-seasoned, it's not baked, it's not grilled, anything. It's just meat. But we do like the taste in general. And if you show non-vegans that you can resemble the same structure and the same taste by using a lot of spices and using tofu or tempeh or lentils or whatever, they might be persuaded to give it a try.
Yes.
So, and we always say we like to sow seeds, vegan seeds, and we just hope they sprout.
Yes, I understand, yes.
So,
But you're advertising your place as vegan, right?
yes.
So people
Yes.
know when they book that it's a vegan household, and then
in general, in general, yes. This specific couple had booked through booking.com. So please don't book through Booking because they take a lot of commission. But at the time we didn't have a huge I'm thinking about the English word. We have this huge sign outside our gate, which we didn't have at the time. So the man was totally unaware. And I find that a big compliment. So,
okay.
We're completely vegan.
Okay.
Yeah. We're completely vegan. Our duvets, our pillows, everything's vegan. We even have vegan shampoo, shower gel, hand wash. Everything is vegan. So, and everything's gluten-free. So if you're celiac or gluten intolerant, you're always welcome. So you don't have to worry about that. And we also promote our bed and breakfast for a carefree vacation.
For what vacation?
A carefree vacation.
Okay.
You have no worries about things being vegan or things being gluten-free, because everything is vegan and everything is gluten-free.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to worry.
Yeah.
All you need to do is just come and enjoy everything we serve.
And usually people are coming for the 3 meals?
Sometimes. We started a year ago. Last July, we had our very first guest. Last year we had 10% vegans. This year it's gone up to 20% of all our bookings. But we do our best to promote our B&B. I mean, it's hard to get the word out that we exist. We just attended a vegan fair in Ghent in Belgium. It was called the Vegan Summerfest last weekend. A lot of people had no idea we existed, and we're only 3 hours from Brussels and Liège, so we're really, really accessible. We're only 3.5 hours drive from Calais, and people love the surroundings.
That's great. So that's a really good tip to say that if you're like, okay, for this vegan niche, go to the vegan fair which are nearby, so that people who are living not too far, they know about you, because you have to get the word out, definitely.
Yes. Well, it was 3 hours drive for us, but it was definitely worth the trip. And we met a lot of nice people, and we had some very nice bookings. And I think we distributed about 1,000 flyers. So 1,000 new people know we exist. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
And except going to fairs and being probably on Facebook, you have also a website. What are the ways that you're promoting your place?
Well, we've got flyers, and as soon as we see a foreign car in a parking at a restaurant or in town, we just pop a flyer underneath. We have a lot of guests that know an organic shop or a vegan restaurant, or who have vegan friends. They take some flyers with them and they distribute them for us. So that is really great. Yeah, we do twice a year. We do a Facebook contest, so people can help me. Sorry, I'm distracted. One of our dogs is coming here to say hello. We do a contest twice a year on Facebook, so people can join and try and win a 2-night stay. So that is something really nice to join. We're going to start one again in September. It's going to last 10 days. So be sure to follow us on Facebook. It's called Mostarlic B&B. So like us, and you'll see the post coming along as soon as it's live.
Perfect. Anyway, like in the interview, in the post, there will be your link and people can...
Lovely. Well, thank you very much. Lovely.
And how was the return? Like, did you have good feedback? Was the competition working well last year when you did it?
Yes, it was really, really good. There was a lot of participation. And our likes went up to, well, we're 1,866 likes at the moment, and it's all organic, so nothing's been paid for. So people share and people like and people join, and that's nice. That is really nice.
Do you have any tips for people who want to build a vegan Airbnb on what to share? What is more shared usually? Which picture?
Well, the tips I do have is be sure to offer vegan meals, because they're really hard to come by, at least in France they are. Know about vegan friendly activities in the neighborhood. Be sure to promote your vegan bed and breakfast in the right places, so in the right Facebook groups and on fairs, and be realistic about who you want to welcome. Because being a completely vegan B&B, wanting to only attract vegan guests is really hard to survive, because you do need your revenue. So you will have to, well, you don't have to do anything, but I would advise you to accept non-vegan guests, but you don't have to feed them anything that you don't want. Because for us, everything's gluten-free and everything is vegan. And if somebody wants some meat, or somebody does want something containing gluten, they need to go to the restaurant 20 kilometers down the road. So it's their choice to book with us, and it's our right to feed them what we want. So, and it's up to them to accept it or not.
You say that it's a vegan place, but you would advise not to limit yourself to vegan guests, and that's for sure. Like, I know a lot of people who are doing Airbnb, like vegan Airbnbs, and they say, yeah, most of my guests are not vegan, but it's like helping spreading the word of what is it being vegan, what can it show, and you're showing it with the good meals. Some other people are showing it having a sanctuary, and it's helping like more compassion with animals. You also have animals, so I guess it's also helping in that sense.
Yes, so, absolutely. Yeah, I fully agree. It's really hard to attract only vegan guests, because we do this for a living. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work, but the positive side of accepting non-vegan guests, or pre-vegans as we call them, is that you can show them what vegan food is like. You can discuss in a very nice, calm way what veganism is about, why we chose to become vegan, all the negative parts of the meat and dairy industry, because a lot of people just aren't aware. They really are not aware. So it's a nice way to do that.
Yeah, it's another form of activism, not
Exactly.
That's nice.
And we have some very, very cool T-shirts which say eating animals is weird. And gosh, we've got so many. Sorry? Oh yeah, my husband has one that says another fucking vegan. So that is really shocking for guests who come in who eat meat, but he walks around with it.
And do you, on those T-shirts, do you put the name of your place? Is there
No. It's a T-shirt that we bought, I believe, in the UK. So
okay.
yeah, but there's a lot of there's a lot of vegan T-shirts with great messages to make non-vegans aware, or to spread the word. So, and it's a part of what we do.
Yeah, it's a good idea, because you don't reduce your business, but you're still following what your heart is telling you to do, to give food which is only vegan, gluten-free, and and you're helping people to become bit by bit more aware without pushing.
Exactly.
They have the choice to come, and if they want to know more, they ask you questions.
Yes, exactly.
Nice. What were the biggest challenges for you with the opening B&B and Vegan Airbnb?
The big I think the connection has been broken.
No, I think it's good again. Can you hear me?
Is as I just said. Yeah, you're still there?
Yes, now
it's good.
Me? It's back. No, okay. I can hear you. It stopped at when I was asking the biggest challenges for you when you opened your Vegan B&B.
Yes. Well, the biggest challenge, of course, is getting more vegan guests, which is a huge challenge, because a lot of vegans are not aware that there are vegan B&Bs. Next to that, a lot of people just want a B&B because it's convenient, because it's in the area, because it's old. Another challenge is showing them that vegan food is good, and that there is vegan shampoo, and telling people that what happens to the ducks if they're plucked for the duvets or the pillows, and that is a challenge, because sometimes people just don't want to see, and they don't want to know. And then I ask them, well, you visit the strawberry fields with your kids, or the orchards, but you don't take them to the slaughterhouses. Why not? If it's all normal, and if it's all food and they need to know where it comes from, you should. And if you put your 2-year-old in a room with a chicken and an apple, it's not going to caress the apple and devour the chicken, because that would be mental. And people start to realize that there might be a bit of truth in what we say.
Okay, but that's a challenge. But for information, I'm doing right now a list of vegan Airbnbs or B&Bs in the world, so you will be added to the list, so that
lovely.
Know where to find you. And also when I see in the groups where I am, I will be happy to share your links if someone is looking for a place to stay, is vegan and looking for a place to stay in France.
That is lovely. That would be really nice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's the same for me. I want to help as many vegan business owners as I can.
Nice. Well, that is really kind. Thank you very much. And maybe one day if we come to Spain, we might meet up and have a cup of coffee.
Yes, for sure.
That would be nice.
when I go to this part of France, because in fact I'm French, but I have
Yes,
left 9 years ago. When I come to this
yes.
part with my daughter, I will be happy to visit you.
Lovely. Looking forward to that. Really nice.
And okay, we talked about the challenges. Let's talk about the joys and the successes. What are your biggest joy?
Ah, the biggest joy is having people over and serving them a meal, them being completely surprised,
Mm-hmm.
having a good conversation or several during a couple of days, and then have them leave and tell us, yeah, we're going to eat less meat, and I'm going to think about going vegan. So that is a great success, and it happens more and more often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, challenges getting more vegan guests, staying calm when you have ignorant people who think they know best and that we need meat and we can only get protein from animals.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is a big challenge. But for the rest, we have a lot of fun doing what we do. Sometimes it's really hard work and we get up at 5 in the morning and we don't go to bed until 12 o'clock. Yeah, things happen. Sometimes people need to leave early because of work or because they have to travel further. And yeah, I do like to serve them breakfast before they go.
Okay.
So that is, yeah, I don't know. I think we're both very, very hospitable. We have a lot of guests that offer to do the dishes for us because they feel so at home, which is really nice. But we don't do. Is to get the word out, promoting our B&B in the right places. Yeah, I think that is the major challenge.
Yeah,
That is the major challenge.
that's for sure. But after, like, you have already the website, right? You have the
Yes,
social media pages,
yes,
and with time, of course, not everything
yes,
comes. Are you?
definitely.
What about your first? Now we passed the first year. So did you reach your
Yeah.
goals?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
We've already passed our target for last year,
Uh-huh.
and we still have another 4 months or so to go, 3.5 months.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm very, very confident. And we already have bookings coming in for next year. So yeah, it's really good, and we enjoy doing it. So it's nice meeting all these different kind of people. We've already had 25 nationalities,
Oh.
and we're only in a little village with 51 inhabitants. So it's very rural, very calm and quiet. The street lights go out at 10:30 at night, and it's really, really quiet. And you can take lovely long walks just outside the village. There's so much to do. People can rent a bicycle. There's monuments to visit. There's a lot to do. You can even go bungee jumping on a Saturday morning.
Oh.
So yeah.
What's the biggest city nearby?
Well, we're in the middle of Reims,
Okay.
Verdun,
Mhm.
Sedan, and Charleville-Mézières. It's
Okay.
all an hour's drive from us,
Mhm.
and we're smack in the middle.
Mhm.
So if it's a rainy day or you just want to visit a champagne house or a war monument, you can just take the car, and within an hour you have something nice to do for the entire day.
Okay. And
So
usually, which kind of guest are you welcoming?